There, started your own way. That better? Better now? Okay, now we can read.
Okay. All right. We're gonna call the meeting to order. As the board had time to review the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
Second. We have a first and a second on the motion. Any questions? Hearing none, motion to approve signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion passes.
Sheriff needs to turn his camera on.
Hey, Arvis. Can you turn your camera on when you vote?
But you have to allow him to do that.
I think I do.
And you should unmute him too, because he's gotta participate. Like he can't, that's right.
In the meantime, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to move to new business and put that in front of the financials for accommodating of our guests.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All those in all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same
Aye.
sign. Hearing none, motion passes. All right, emergency relief fund, Harold's Chicken application.
I'm gonna make the motion, and I think we just got new information updated at the beginning of this meeting related to the scope of the project. However, I'd like to point out that the application is still not complete, as we have not received the required financial information from the applicant. So I'd like to move that we table this until the next meeting, pending that we get all of the required financial information required to be submitted. But yeah, I also like to point out that the application is on the old form and not the new form. And I'd like to make sure that the applicant is aware that the application needs to be turned in on the new form and inclusive of the necessary and required financial business financial information.
I'll second the motion.
Have a first and second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Pose same sign. Hearing none, motion passes.
Alright.
Next is Hakim application. Hakeem, I'm sorry, sir.
With the updated.
So I reviewed this application. I know all of the appropriate forms were used. I know we got the required financial information to go along with it. I am excited at the prospect of a new tenant being and leasing that space. I know it can be a challenge to lease a space without the building looking and showing as well as it could and should. So I would support and make a motion that we approve the application, the emergency relief fund application from the properties in the amount of $2,230 for the storefront window.
I will second the motion so we can discuss the motion.
We have a first and a second on the motion. Is there any questions or comments?
I would say the only thing, I think it was really, we had a discussion right after we started on that it was really a true emergency and why insurance, and I thought that was just really good to put on the record of why it qualifies as an emergency, just for the board, so as we're moving forward and other cases come up. I don't know if you want to talk about like how you found out about it and why it didn't go through insurance. I think that was really interesting.
My pleasure. So I was out of town whenever it happened. We don't know what day it happened. One of my tenants, there's noticing, sending me a picture. And there had been a storm that week, but they don't know if it happened during the storm from some flying debris. So I had the glass doctor take pictures when they were up on the scaffold and see if they could find a bullet hole or rock. There was a point of impact, but the weird thing is the point of impact is a big sheet broke, in the picture. The point of impact's in the lower left-hand corner. So in order for something to hit like a bullet or a rock, they'd have to throw it from above or shoot it from above. So when I went to the insurance company and said, we don't know, they wanted to know the cause. I couldn't tell them, so they said, well, unless you can tell us the date and time,
Right.
predict the date and that happened and what happened, they're not gonna file a claim. So it was above the deductible by 1,600. I said I had $1,000 deductible, so I was gonna turn it in. They wouldn't take it, so figured gotta apply.
Okay.
I thought that was really good background. though.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. With that, added information, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
I-
Opposed, same sign, hearing none.
Hey, yeah, before I say
sir.
aye, I want to make sure you know that's my landlord.
That has no bearing here, Arvis.
Great, that's aye.
Motion passes. All right, it looks like we have another application here, for facade and placemaking grant. Is that one and the same or is this a separate?
So this is a separate
Okay.
application. So if you'll remember when we started these two programs, the emergency program was intended for emergency, unexpected, uncounted on, expenses, unforeseen circumstances that disrupt business or the operation of the building for business. And there's no matching requirement. The facade program is a broader, you don't have to necessarily meet the emergency requirements, but there is a one-for-one matching requirement. And so, again, the intent was to help encourage and support business owners, make their buildings look a bit better, make some investments and improve our downtown, and our downtown building. So, and so that's, again, the intent of the program, kind of the difference between this one and the emergency. And in this case, the emergency was really for the storefront, for the commercial part of the property. The facade is a broader interpretation of the entire building. And so these are windows, I think, that are primarily residential for the residential units up above. The way I understand the application, and the applicant here is also, the cost exceeds the $5,000 grant, so the applicant will be matching. I'll make a motion to approve, and then we can have some additional
And
conversation.
I'll second that motion.
All right. We have a motion. Any questions or added information on the motion?
So I will just add that in my, as I looked at this, it is a one-to-one matching requirement, and the total project is about 8,200. It's a little,
If I may.
but,
So the project has exceeded that amount. What happened, they already installed the 4 windows, but they missed 1 window. In the quote, there was supposed to be 5 windows. So they're gonna have to, I've estimated the first window in there, the smaller one, they missed one of those in that corner. So they're gonna have to do another one, the small, which is $971. The mud bar is $235, and about 1/4 of that installation price. So it's gonna be about another $2,000. So it's gonna exceed 10,000. I'll pay the extra because it's over. I was planning on using the extra to do, where took the cyber drug name down. There's still, you can see behind the numbers, the letters, there's faded part. I was gonna have that left or paint that. And then at the rear of the building too, I had to remove the cyber drugs and they're still faded. So I was gonna do the extra to do that, but I'll use the extra for this windows and I'll pay for the rest. But whatever I have to.
so, what I'd like to do then is I'd like to move that we, approve this, contingent on Haas updating and getting a quote that has the full accurate amount of the work. And remember, Haas, we just pay the contractor, we don't pay you.
Oh,
So-
already, okay, I got the bill already, so
Okay.
they did the 4 windows.
So, okay, so don't pay it, so we could pay, so get us the updated, I would say, get us the updated quote.
Okay,
And then we can approve that and write the check to
okay,
the vendor pending the updated information. Otherwise, the motion would be, if it's under $10,000, that we are just authorizing half
right.
of the cost.
I have no problem doing the amended motion, like, I'll second that amended motion.
Yeah.
I think pending the invoice, that's what we did for our, the last application that we did. Was when they said that they were still working on the quote, and I think that they just tentatively approve that 5,000 pending that new invoice. And just allow staff to make that payment once they've received that, and email it out. Sherry did great that last time when she received it, and just let us know that we received it, so I think to me, that works.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions on the amended motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion passes.
Very much. For getting on that today.
Thanks, Haas.
We're excited to see that.
Appreciate you guys.
Oh,
See it. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Nice to meet you.
All right, at this time, we're gonna go back up to financials.
Make a motion to
Yeah,
approve the Anova statement.
Second.
We have a first and a second on the motion to approve the Inovia statement for May, June, and July 2026. Is there any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Moving on to Community Foundation Statement, April and May 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve both statements.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Moving on to the approval of the Krugel Lawton invoice for 2025 990 Easy Form.
Make a motion that we approve the invoice for the preparation of the 990 Easy in the amount of $1,553.75.
Second.
Second. So we have a first and a second. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Do we have anything under old business? Nope. Moving on to, yep. New business, Easy 2 update.
Just want to let you guys know, so we received 4 checks for, companies that are receiving the investment deduction incentive, tax abatement on, real and or personal property installations or real estate improvements. And they owe us 25% of the deduction, or, the real tax savings they receive. And so we received, 4 of those checks, fair amount of money, around $20,000. And there were 2 companies that we had in books as they're eligible for the incentive, but they did not submit. And the auditor's office did not have them receiving the incentive at all. And we know the auditor's office sends out reminder letters and communicates with them throughout this process, so that they didn't submit and didn't receive a deduction, but the others did, and we received it. So we just want to let you guys know that. Please let us know if you have any questions.
So basically, they're in compliance because they didn't file for the deduction, so we're not chasing the deduction because they didn't. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so it's like they're technically in compliance. Okay.
Anything else under new business? If not, motion to adjourn.
So moved. Like there's a
Second.
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 Everybody nodded at the same time. I don't know if that counts.
So moved.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
The artist.
Yeah.